Well, here I am out on the veranda in this no-horse town, and thought maybe I'd introduce you to my new Mexican girlfriend. Um, she's not that bad. I got plans, but first I might I'm just sitting over here beside my tumbleweed tree. I got a couple here. There's one down there, and you know, my lawn's getting to look a little rough around the edges, so I better fix it. There's my other tumbleweed tree. Uh, Landscaping, I like it wild. But anyway, let's go see the girl. She's around here. When you see her butt's not all that bad. You know, when you take a look over here, look at her. She doesn't look terrible. Like she comes from a young guy. He doesn't know anything about mechanics, just like me. Except I'm not afraid to try anything. What am I gonna lose? I got it dirt cheap. Her dirt cheap, $300. Sidelines aren't that bad. I crawled underneath her. She looks to be pretty safe. Guy bought her off a uh, um, auto sales outfit 9 months ago, so it's had to pass the safety to be sold. I don't know if it would pass one if it ran properly. Tires, I don't know. I crawled underneath there. Everything looks pretty good. The CVC joints and stuff like that, they are all pretty good. But she got a problem. The guy had a problem with the heating and changed the thermostat himself. For all I know, it's in backwards. But he ran it. He said he didn't run it much. He didn't get it overheated. But I heard it with running with no water in it, and you can hear the broken pump. But water pump. These cars are made in Mexico. It's got one dent here where he said he got drunk when he kicked it. But I don't know how you do that. Kick it like that, but that's not a big deal. I just would like to see if I, with the internet, Kijiji, YouTube, and that, can make this thing roadworthy. The windshield's pretty good. I don't know how that goes, that one crack. I don't know if that is a bad thing or what. But that I have to find out. And you can find those things out. Let's go inside and check it in here. The guy had a stereo guy, younger guy, about 30 or so. So he yanked it out. No radio, so the old girl doesn't sing. Speakers, it came with 4 speakers when it was new. Right, and I don't know what he's done. Here's his wiring job. Some of those are live, so I'm gonna have to learn about wiring. But she's not all that bad. The floor is not rusted out. The pan, not rusted out at all. The interior's not too bad. But the problem is the job to do it. As I don't have no tools, that'd be my biggest expense. What you gotta do is get a timing chain for it. Now they make these cars in Mexico, but the engine is a Japanese Mitsubishi engine. This is a front wheel drive car. I'm going to show you the engine here. It's a 3.0, which is a good motor. In its day, it only has a electronic computer management system. It's before the big time computers. And I had a car once before, a Dodge. This is a Dodge, even though this here is from a Chrysler. I don't know why they did that. They but it doesn't look that bad. But they've done their own homemade paint job with some kind of plastic paint. This car, in the glove box, I found a thing of safety check from the BATIS, which is the British over here at Suffield. So it passed the safety check. That's what I'm saying. In their paint, and they painted it there in the shop somewhere, probably one of the troops or one of the service guys, who knows. Some kind of plastic paint. They didn't do that great a job, but it doesn't look that bad. But that's not a big deal. It's fairly straight, the body. I haven't been able to find a lot of Bondo, but they didn't use, they didn't sand it down properly and stuff like that, but they painted right over this trim, stuff like that. But anyway, back to this engine. If you look at this engine, it's transverse to go the other way, right? So the water pump's way down there, right at the bottom. I'll show you when I pour water in, the radiators could leak right out down there. So to get at that, you got to take off that air conditioner. You got to take off various other different stuff to get to a plate behind there where there's another belt called the timing belt, and the water pump, and a thing called the tensioner. Costs $138 at local for that kit. Mechanic says this would cost $500 to $900 to repair in a shop. I'm saying I can do it on myself with all the cheap stuff. Get that part off the internet for $60 and do it. But I have to do it, so I have to learn how to disconnect all this stuff. I already have all the information of how to do it. It's just a matter of doing it. The big expense will be tools and keeping myself doing it. Now, because he had that stereo stuff in here, the electrical is pretty much screwed. But anyway, this stuff's got to all come off. You got to work from the side. You only have a little bit of room behind here. That's two camshafts. It's a V6. There's a cover with this belt and stuff and the water pump in it. It's going to be a major job for me because I've never done that before, but what have I got to lose? I got this thing really cheap. I think I can do it for $300 or $400 and or less, and the time, and I seem to have nothing but time lately. But let's go look at the interior a little bit. It's not bad. There's no rust on that pan. Interesting thing is one door doesn't work over there. That back door handle outside doesn't work that great. But I think that's an easy fix with an Allen wrench. That dash part is from a Chrysler. I don't know what their idea was that, just because of that wood grain stuff. But they must have been a non-smoker, because this doesn't smell like smoke in here, and there's not a lot of cigarette burns. The ashtray's gone, of course, because he had some big boom box. Some of the trim stuff is missing because he wired it, and he's in a hurry to get rid of this thing. I don't know why, but that's his thing. But anyway, the interesting thing about this, I never knew. The seats, both of them, come down like this, right? This one, like that. So I guess you can carry lumber around in there or something, I don't know. I don't know the point of that, but it's cool. Here's part of the dash. Um, but both sides come down. You get directly into the trunk. So I don't know what the deal is here. Here's some rest of the parts. Here's some of the trim for the thing. The old dash part. This is original, not that wood thing. Here's the front trim for the down there for the edge. You destroy these cars just for a frickin' boombox. Here's that original dash plate. And here's a lower plate from Chrysler. You know, they were just spooking it up or whatever, I guess. And I checked in there. It's even got a spare tire. It's even got a jack. You know, usually these old Jeeps don't have jacks. Never mind a real spare tire. But anyway, it's pretty good. The power all works. Power windows. The front, something doesn't work properly with that front passenger, driver's side one, and apparently the switch doesn't work on the passenger side window. I tried all the lights last night, and they all work fine. So I don't know. What do I got to lose? I'm going to lose $300 if I don't do it, because that's how much it cost me for the thing. So that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the water problem. I had it running. I don't think the gasket's blown. There was no white smoke. There's no foam in the oil or water in the oil. It's hard to tell when if there's any oil in the coolant because you can't keep it in. Like over by the local rabbit's house, I got some water. I'm going to pour it in there and show you where it comes out the bottom. I'm going to pour it in the radiator, and I'm going to start up and see if you can hear it after I show you where it leaks out. It leaks out as fast as almost as fast as you can pour it in. I never seen anything like this before. Not that I've seen a lot of mechanical stuff, but I figure with YouTube and the internet, I could do it. So there's the water. It's going down there, but down here is where it's going. Down there is where the water pump is. Here it comes right out of there. You know, the more I pour in, the more it'll come out. But I'm saying I can do it with the internet, YouTube. No mechanics. Can't afford them. That's the wrong thing. They got to make a living too. But I don't think we're all stupid. I think as long as we can read a little bit, we can use the internet to find out these things. I've already downloaded all the manuals. I have all the information. It's just a matter of doing it. Expensive part will be the tools. Now, I'm going to start it up. Because it doesn't really sound that bad. Because of this electronic thing, stereo thing, this doesn't seem to want to work properly. The ignition, so that's another problem. The airbag light comes on. It's got two, I guess, airbags. I know they won't let that pass the safety, so I don't know, but that's an electrical thing that'll be difficult. Sensors or what, but listen to her. She doesn't sound that bad until the water catches up, and then you'll hear that pump scream like hell. But I'm not going to do that because this is the last time she's going to run. I'm going to put her on jacks, try and get some dirt cheap tools, order a part off the internet and see if I can get it running the way it's supposed to run. Okay, there she is. She's not bad. Kinda like her. Got nothing to lose.